You're on feet. Let's go.
Direct your attention to center court for the awards ceremony. Introducing the NBA champions, your New York Knicks. The head coach is Mike Brown.
Opening day. The regular season is set to begin, and we're thrilled to bring you all the live action right here on 2K Sports. I'm Kevin Harlan with Clark Kellogg and Craig Anthony courtside. On our sidelines tonight, reporting Allie LaForce. So here's Miami's starting group. Wiggins in the front court along with Adebayo. Hero out there with Jonas. And it's Williams at the pivot spot manning the middle. And for New York, we've got Mikal Bridges. He's out there with Jalen Brunson. OG Anunoby is out there with MP. And it's Hollins in at the 3 at the 4 slot. And recently, MP came out and stressed that he doesn't take these rivalry games too lightly. There's so much excitement for these teams and for their fan bases on day one of the season.
That's typical for all fan bases on the opening day of the season. I mean, the whole season is in front of you. Optimism runs high for just about everybody.
On the floor for Miami, Porter is out there with Powell. Then it's Sabonis. Then it... has been the guy making things happen for the New York Knicks. He totaled 14 points in the quarter. He's given them all the offense they need right now. And we've got more on 2K Sports coming your way after this break.
Well, right now for the Heat, I always prefer to start the season at home. They don't have that luxury, but sometimes the W is...
Now let's change gears back to the New York Knicks, who find themselves in a tightly contested ballgame.
You'll see teams attempt to...
Thanks for spending halftime.
And after a fairly even... He's checked in for the Knicks. And the Knicks with possession here. The lead is 2. We've got Jalen Brunson. Also Bridges out there. MP out there with OG Anunoby. And it's Hollins in at the 3 at the 4 spot. That's the 5 for New York right now. Outside, Hero. Outside, Adebayo. Trying to answer back, but that 3 is off the mark. And after playing most of his career at the center spot, Greg, do you like Bam Adebayo playing power forward?
Oh, it's great. At 6'9", I felt like he was always undersized.
And the foul called on MP. And so it's the Knicks with the win. Some good moments.
It seems whenever these teams meet, you see something new. Do players today feel any...
Oh, yeah, no, for sure.
Kevin, back to you.
Hey, Jen, thanks so much.
What's up to all my followers out there? Obviously,
I went to grad school at USC, to start school.
What's shaking, MP?
Up next, the Pacers. Well, Grant, we've got a treat tonight. These are 2 of the best offenses in the league.
Yeah, B.A., you know, one thing they have in common, they make smart decisions with the ball. And, of course, they know how and when to attack. I think we'll get some high IQ hoops here tonight. I mean, I'm just not sure what he was thinking right there. I mean, he needs to get his head in the game.
And we've heard from MP himself how much a rivalry game means to him. He knows the history of this franchise as well as any of the diehard fans.
Well, MP and his team know how important these games are and how much a win in a game like...
And for the Pacers. And here's MP from outside. Knocks down the long J. MP's got 6.
Well, the ability to spread the floor is such a valuable skill in the league. And MP, yes, sir.
And for New York, we've got Mikal Bridges, Cam Whitmore out there with Anthony. Then it's MP, and it's Hollins in at the 4 slot.
Man, they're having a hard time.
It's been all about Jalen Brunson for New York. Scoring, passing, imposing his will at the offensive end. We're coming right back. Don't go anywhere.
Well, look here now at New York. This team wants to do big things, Shaq-sized things. And I got to say, they're looking almost as dominant as...
And circling back to the first half, things have not gone as planned for the Indiana Pacers.
I'm surprised.
And that'll do it for us.
And in that first half, we saw a pretty tight battle. We'll soon find out what sort of adjustments were discussed during halftime. Tyrese Halliburton has been sensational.
Well, if he's hit threes like he did in the first half, he's going to have a monster night.
What I love is they've continued to feed this guy, ride the hot hand.
And so Anthony will bring it up for the New York Knicks. At one point, they led by 16. Following this one, they get to host the Bulls. That'll be the first of 2 games on their home court. And for the Knicks, Bullock.
Substitution on the court.
Final quarter here, and we're just over a minute and a half through it. A nice shot by MP.
A dozen consecutive points off of threes. This defense looks rattled.
Halliburton with the ball, and the foul called on MP. And so it's the Knicks taking care of business in this one.
Hey, hold that L, Drew. Too bad Mommy and Daddy couldn't buy this.
See, this is when...
There he is.
Hi, everybody. Welcome to our game. NBA Cup action coming your way shortly. With Stan Van Gundy and Greg Anthony and Allie LaForce on our sideline, I'm Kevin Harlan. Well, we should be in for a fast-paced game tonight, Coach. Both of these teams excel at creating fast break opportunities.
Look, Kevin, you're right. Both of these teams prefer to get out.
Knicks trail by 4. We've got Bridges. Miles McBride out there with Cam Whitmore. Then it's MP. We finish one half of basketball. Bucks ahead, up by 9. We'll see you after halftime for the beginning of the third quarter.
Hart, one of the best rebounding guards out there, great defender, and he gives you great toughness.
One of the grittiest guys in the league. And turning our attention to the first half of our game tonight. Bit of a tough start for the Knicks. Sometimes. And that is it for halftime.
And for those of you just tuning in, thanks for being with us. The second half of this game still to play. It's been one outstanding game from Trae Young.
Something that isn't his strength, but he's done a great job of finding the open.
And for the Knicks, we've got Miles McBride. He's out there with Cam Whitmore. MP out there with Bridges. And it's Wolf at the 4. And now we've got the intentional foul.
Substitution on the court.
We're just over a minute and a half now into the fourth. And here's MP for 3. Drills the three-pointer. MP's got a couple of three-pointers now in the fourth with the Knicks. And the foul called on MP. So it's New York picking up the win. And
MP,
right here, right here.
Presley,
Question for you.
right here.
Miss Conway. You guys are funny. We Yo, Zan, you over there winning again?
You know, bro, if anybody got a problem with it, they could just win.
Get after it, MP.
And an opportunity for these guys to get loose, find the range. We're almost... Hello and welcome. We're ready to get the week off to a great start. It's the NBA on 2K Sports. Brian Anderson here, joined by Grant Hill, Tim Legler, and our reporter, Allie LaForce. And now about a third of the way into the season. You think it's too early to talk about awards, Grant?
You know, BA, it depends on the award, if I'm being honest. MVP and Rookie of the Year, that's way too early. You can begin to see the guys who are in the running for Most Improved or Sixth Man.
And we'll send you courtside for the record-breaking buzz on MP.
Thanks, guys. After passing Curry and becoming...
Knicks trail by 6. And for New York, Cam Whitmore out there with Miles McBride. Then it's MP. Then it's Mikal Bridges. And it's Hollins in at the... First half comes to an end. We've got a close game going here. New York out in front, up by 3. And join us right back here after the break for the start of the second half.
They're not showing enough fight defensively. Take some pride in getting some stops. This is when your leader has to step in and say something.
Now let's take a moment here. Appreciate you joining us.
And we've got second half action for you. Thus far, a pretty evenly contested game. One guy who's been getting it done is Cam Whitmore.
Can they come up with an answer for him coming out of the half? They have to change something defensively.
And that will be the biggest adjustment. They have to force the ball out of his hand.
And for New York, they've got MP. Miles McBride is out there with Whitmore. Then it's Mikal Bridges, and it's Hollins in at the... Mike Brown calling timeout here. Coach clearly has something he wants to say to his team right now. Toronto's gone 2 of 6 so far in the fourth. So Toronto takes the win. This was a...
Well, Mama said that...
We appreciate you all cheering on.
Hey, with all due respect, I don't...
Back to you, Brian.
Okay, thank you, Dom. And that...
Where you want to eat? That Vietnamese joint I was...
He's about to tear it up.
Welcome to 2K Sports for another edition of NBA Bet. Let's now go courtside and join.
A lot of people have been looking forward to this game, MP, and I know it's one.
Oh, yeah, I got my 8.
Back to you, Kevin.
As always, we appreciate it, Jen. Thanks. So the New York starting 5. We've got Mikal Bridges. He's out there with Jalen Brunson. OG Anunoby is out there with MP. And it's Wolf in at the 4 spot. And for Atlanta, the backcourt guards are Young and Daniels. Okongwu is out there with Newell. And it's LaRavia in at the small forward position. Well, we continue to monitor how this team fares against their rivals. You might remember MP has made it his mission to beat every rival. You were a point guard. How has that position evolved over the years?
Well, if you think of how much more of the court that has to be covered in this stop.
He's feeling it tonight and has been the driving force for Atlanta. He got into double digits for the quarter with 10 points total. We'll take a quick break and then back to the action here.
It's not just about taking a shot. It's about taking the right shot. They've made a lot of good decisions out there.
Sometimes. All right, guys, let's swing it over. Thanks for spending half.
And with the second half upon us, we'll find out if this game becomes the route that it's threatening to be. It's been one outstanding game. And on the floor for New York here in the 4th. Miles McBride out there with Mikal Bridges. Then it's Cam Whitmore. Then it's MP. And it's Hollins in at the 3 at the 4 spot. And the shot goes in.
You know, MP starting to look good there from the mid-range.
And the foul is called. He intentionally grabbed him there for some reason. I don't know.
Kevin, all I can think of is that he's trying to slow the game down a little bit.
Right.
That's a stretch.
And so Atlanta takes this one by a big margin.
Thanks, guys. Tough sled.
Everything. The game plan.
Back to you, Kevin.
Jennifer, thank you. Thank you.
Last game of your rival series, MP. What you got in store for?
I'm feeling a blowout.
How do you think the other team feel?
Feeling you, MP.
A good chunk of the season is past us now, Grant. I'd imagine the wear and tear is adding up for some players.
Yeah, it varies from guy to guy. You know, vets are usually dealing with something just from playing so many years. But, B.A., the rookies, they're learning now what it takes to be in NBA condition.
And these rivalry games, always captivating. Some players will try to downplay it, but not MP. He said all along, I'm coming for him.
I think MP has done a pretty good job considering the top-level talent he's faced in these rivalry games thus far. He's been able to rise to the occasion, and hey, he's been winning more than losing. I know MP can't stand the thought of losing even one more rivalry battle, so I think we're gonna be in for a show here in this one. You don't want to stop the clock right there. I'm not quite sure what he was thinking.
Not sure why he committed the intentional foul. No purpose.
I think everyone's a little confused, but weird plays happen.
Cleveland shooting their first free throws of this game. When we talk about Donovan Mitchell, Richard, how impressed are you with his leadership?
He's been great. Every season, Mitchell has accepted more and more responsibility. He knows he's looked at as a leader, and his drive to win really motivates.
Big-time effort for Donovan Mitchell, providing a lot of energy for Cleveland, totaling 26 points and showing no signs of letting up anytime soon. Time for a quick break, then back to the action.
I think for the Cavaliers, they've taken a little slide in the rankings, but still, no one wants to play these guys.
It's a long... Now we'll take a look back at our featured game. That was quite a performance for the Cavaliers.
Then,
appreciate you joining.
Just about ready. And so it's the Cavaliers taking care of business in this one. Well, this might not...
Man, who's up first? Right here.
Oh, thank you. All right.
Honestly, not for this team, man.
second half of the season? Siempre listo. Let's do it.
MP coming at you with a big announcement. There's more out.
legend.
Welcome, everyone. Let's get ready for some NBA basketball. On two, Greg, no secret that these teams don't like each other. Could things get a little chippy tonight?
It would not surprise me at all, Kevin. These teams not only fierce rivals, but there's a little bit of animosity for one another. Throw in the fact that both these teams play in the same conference. Yeah, I'd say the spirits might be high tonight.
And now they decide. The Knicks leading by 10. Walker out there with Kevin Porter. Then it's Buzelis. Then there's Norman Powell. And it's Robinson Earl in at the 5 spot. So that's who Miami starts the second with. And so that's the end of the first half. It's the Knicks as they end the second quarter on a 15-6 run. Live from Miami, you're watching 2K Sports.
And hello.
Whoa, I love seeing a team spread the ball around like this. The difference in assists is the difference in this game right now, Ernie.
And moving on. And that concludes half.
And after a very lopsided first half, we'll see if things play out a little more evenly here in the second. We're seeing a tremendous game here from Tyler Hero.
And the way he goes at defenders, he is bound to get to the line just like he did there in that first half.
I have to love his tenacity. This guy stays in attack mode, makes defenders work, tries to keep them off balance.
Setting the floor for the Knicks. We've got Jalen Brunson. He's out there with Mikal Bridges. Anunoby out there with MP. And it's Hollins in at the 3 at the 4 slot. Now we'll hear from Allie LaForce, and she's got a story for us. An update. Allie?
Well, MP in the last matchup against the Magic was a man on a mission. He had an unbelievable amount of points, and he made the defense look helpless as he piled on the points. His numbers from that game jumped off the
The Knicks leading by 22. They've got Powell. Walker out there with Hero. Then it's Buzelis. And it's Robinson Earl in at the pivot spot, manning the middle. It's the group on the floor for Look for Miami. Bam Adebayo's checked in for Jeremiah Robinson Earl. Wiggins comes in for Powell. And it's Jacket Jonas in for Walker. Miami's gotten off 4 3-pointers in the final quarter. So no problem for New York as they get the win. To come.
In the house. Look out there, MP.
had this one circled on our calendars. Two great teams with stars leading the way, Grant.
Oh, B.A., tonight is what the NBA is all about. Elite teams with top-end talent. And that's given this game almost a playoff feel.
And we've heard from MP himself how much a rivalry game means to him. He knows the history of this franchise as well as any of the diehard fans.
Well, MP and his team know how important these games.
So on the floor for the Knicks, Cole Anthony out there with Miles McBride. Then it's Mikal Bridges. Then it's MP. And it's Wolf in at the four-man position. And so Anthony will bring it up for the Knicks, coming off that win against the Sixers.
Yeah, they connected from outside all game, and the defense had absolutely no answer for it.
They found their rhythm and kept piling it on.
New York up 19 points as the quarter comes to a close. Really mucking it up on defense. Active hands, multiple efforts, forcing turnovers. All right, stick around. We'll be right back after this.
Happy to have the winner in the East, MP.
Of course you got MP. Does everything asked of him at a high.
Let's move on now to that first half we were watching. A brutal game so far for the Cavaliers. Yeah. And that'll do it for us. Thanks for stopping by. We'll head back.
And after a very lopsided first half, we'll see if things play out a little more evenly in the second. You look at Jalen Brunson in this game, he's been everywhere.
Yeah, he's kind of been the floor general for them tonight. A lot of assists for him.
And, you know, that's not a job they ask him to do very often, but in the first half, I thought he was in perfect sync with his teammates.
The Twin Towers, Mobley and Allen, the combo inside. Garland and Mitchell, the lethal backcourt pair. And it's Tyson in at the three, the small forward. And that's the group for Kenny Atkinson as we begin the second half.
Did you guys see that? My goodness, Allen got crazy talent.
A terrific view of that move captured on the connected cam, thanks to AT&T. Pass to Mobley, 4-3, and the basket's good, off the assist from Garland. Garland's got 4 assists now tonight.
3 straight buckets to start the half. This is how they wanted to come out and execute. Great initiative from MP. You knew he was coming for revenge.
And now it... And now they decide to foul intentionally. Kenny Atkinson has called a timeout. He's decided it's time to clarify the situation, leaving little room for error. The field for the three-point contest is just about set, and no matter what the final list looks like, it's going to be an incredible competition.
It just always is. The winner gets to stake claim as best shooter in the world, and that's a title lots of guys in this league really want.
You look at MP, he occupies the top spot.
Nice!
Big finish!
Man! Wow. Get up, Jared Allen.
Knicks leading by 21 from downtown. And MP with a basket on the assist by Whitmore. MP's got 6 in the quarter.
This is...
And so it's the Knicks taking care of business in this one.
Here we are over halfway through the season right now, Stan, and these teams have certainly come a long way to this point.
Well, Kevin, every season is a journey, and you have to applaud the work ethic of these guys to keep competing even as the wear and tear of the season adds up.
Yeah, not sure what that was about. I mean, talk about a brain cramp.
And he commits. The Knicks leading by 3, and so in the game for the Hawks. Brandon Boston is out there with Jalen Johnson. And it's Young, and it's Puffkin in at the 2 guard.
Well, his rebounding is such a boost for this team, especially when it comes on the offensive end.
Let's check in now with our Allie LaForce, who's got a story for us. Allie?
Thanks, guys. Well, MP in their last time out against the Mavericks just played phenomenal. He scored 45 points, and he's a tremendous three-point shooter. We saw that again last game. Really just a phenomenal performance from him. Here's hoping we see more of the same from him in this one, guys.
All right, Allie, great stuff as always. Greg, it was obvious he was having a lot of fun out there. Tremendous victory.
I'll tell you, he may have been enjoying himself, but
it's New York going into the break with a 10-point lead. From beyond the arc, they've been absolutely tremendous. Right back after this break.
They got to tighten things up, man. Turnovers has been a major problem. I'm surprised to see such a lack of focus from them.
This is what...
All right, fellas. And that's all for us.
And happy you could... We've got Miles McBride. Also Cole Anthony out there. Cam Whitmore is out there with MP. And it's Hollins in at the... The Knicks leading by 8. Pass to Whitmore. Now MP. MP, that triple is down the hatch.
The defense a step slow. You can see the result.
And the foul call. So no problem for New York as they get the win. They poured it.
What's up, MP?
Oh, say does that... Oh, man, this should be fun tonight. These teams love to let it fly from deep.
Oh, both these teams live and die by the three-pointer. If they're both on, we'll have a really high-scoring game. But if not, we might have enough bricks for houses at both ends.
And when it comes to the rivalries this team has, MP made something very clear, that his goal was to beat each and every single one in his way.
You can tell how much MP cared.
And for New York, Anthony is out there with Miles McBride. Then it's Mikal Bridges. Then it's MP. And it's Wolf in at the power forward position. Gets it to go. That makes him 2 for 3 in this game.
They're punishing those late defensive rotations, getting good looks inside throughout the half.
And here's MP from outside. And again, New York with the triple.
The floor spacing ability on display by MP right there.
Boy, that foul looked intentional. Not exactly what you'd expect here.
Yeah, I know. It just doesn't make sense given the situation.
Pascal Siakam, he's checked it. Halliburton getting it done for Indiana. He put together 10 points in the quarter. Back to the game after this break.
And that game against the Nuggets, although they appear to be the better team, they can't get caught up thinking that. You know, that's when you...
And now looking at the Pacers in this one, no separation to be found from either side.
Yeah, they're attacking the paint and forcing the issue.
And that is going to do.
Second half of basketball. On the court for the Pacers, Kyle Kuzma out there with Andrew Nembhard. Then it's Pascal Siakam. Then there's Peyton Pritchard.
Yeah, he's had terrific momentum all game. Pascal Siakam in his bag offensively.
Knocks it down from distance.
Incredible. He will hit that from another.
Substitution on the court.
Knicks trail by 6. Bridges finds MP. There's the three. Oh, MP showing the big range.
Ooh, he's been hot from out there, helping to keep them in this game.
And you don't need to tell him that. He's used the three-point shot as his primary weapon today.
On the wing, Nembhard. Misses the three.
He didn't make them pay for that weak defense, but they just can't rely on him to miss those kind of shots.
Yes, sir, it's good.
Terrific energy at both ends to sustain this run.
They found their composure on both ends of the floor, and that is what...
And so Indiana takes this one by a big margin.
Kind of a mixed bag for you tonight, MP.
Make sure to get home safely.
Well, to be honest, we need to get off to a better start. If you get your confidence up early, you can ride that kind of wave into the end of the game.
Ryan, back to you.
As always, thank you.
Looking good, MP.
Hello, fans. Welcome to this presentation of the NBA. All right, a chance to check out stats for MP.
And he's gone dry over the past 10 games, guys. His scoring is way down, and he can't seem to fight his way out of the slump. He better get it going tonight, or they'll start losing patience with him.
Well, we continue to monitor how this team fares against their rival. You might remember MP has made it his mission to beat every rival team that crosses his path.
Well, if you break down how MP's team has done in these rivalry matchups, they've done a great job thus far. Give them credit for that. Some solid wins. With that said, I think MP doesn't expect to lose any of them.
Think about how the game is currently being played. How hard do you think it is to defend?
It's a lot tougher than it used.
close game so far through the first 2 quarters as we reach halftime. Knicks lead by 4. And we'll be back for the second half following the break. Keep it right here on 2K Sports.
Well, before we move on to the next part of the show, hey, Jet, you get enough sleep last night?
Oh, are you asking?
And shifting focus back to our game, the Knicks are right in the thick of it.
What's impressed me, Ernie, is...
Thanks for joining us.
And in that first half, we saw a pretty tight battle. We'll soon find out what sort of adjustments were discussed during the half. And that's an intentional foul.
Really?
Setting the floor for the Knicks. We've got Jalen Brunson. He's out there with Cam Whitmore. MP out there with Anunoby. And it's Holland. So post game sees New York take this one.
Good game, MP.
See ya, MP. What's up, MP?
Welcome to 2K Sports Annual. Clark, both of these squads coming in with tons of confidence.
And I think that adds extra drama to this game. Both teams are feeling a bit unbeatable right now. But the streak ends tonight for sure for one of them.
And these rivalry games always captivating. Some players will try to downplay it, but not MP. He said all along, I'm coming for him.
And you have to give MP a lot of credit. Many believe...
New York has gotten 3 of their 7 threes to find the net in this matchup. We've got OG Anunoby. Miles McBride is out there with Mikal Bridges. And a pretty tightly contested game here as we end the first half. Raptors out in front, up 2. And we'll be right back after halftime for the start of the third quarter. See you in just a bit.
In the East, MP.
Well, MP said he's focused on improving each day. And that's what leads to winning these awards.
And we return our attention to tonight's featured game as the Knicks had a closely contested first half.
They're playing too casual.
That does it for halftime.
We've got second half action for you, and if the next couple of quarters are similar to the first, this one could go down to the last possession. One guy who's been getting it done is Cam Whitmore.
They've leaned on him to provide a lot of offense, and that's how he likes it.
And you know what? They've come at him a few different ways defensively, and nothing has slowed him down.
So for Toronto right now, Barnes is the 4 with... And for the Knicks, they've got Whitmore. He's out there with Miles McBride. MP is out there with OG Anunoby. And it's Hollins in at the power forward position. Toronto trailing. Not sure why he committed the intentional foul. No purpose.
I think everyone's a little confused, but we're...
We'll make substitutions. And a little over a minute and a half gone by in the fourth. Quickly with the ball. And it's Brunson picking him up. Here's Dick. Offensive board. The three from Barnes. Barnes drills the triple.
Shut out from beyond the arc in the first period. He finally drains one.
The Knicks have gone 4 of 7 from the field in the fourth quarter. And the basket by MP.
There was fire in MP's eyes when he let that shot go.
So it's the Knicks who come out on top here.